Hello, everybody. Welcome back here. Another day of astrogravitational report and wisdom here that's coming. Yeah, you may feel in it this upcoming transitions, and today about right after 5 p.m. the emotions is gonna kick in. Very interesting that lately the energies has been mostly emotions and earthly matters. And what happened is the planets, they are either in a water sign or they're in earth signs. And talking about this, looking at you missing like the two energies, you missing the air energies, which is the moon it's providing right now, but you also missing the fire. It's like, what is it going on? What is this? What is my fire? What this situation is? And the fire is that what you need to do, you need to, depending on the self fire from within yourself. Nobody has to put fire on you so you can do the things on earth. But dealing with emotions and dealing within the shadow work right now, specifically, we're talking about the Scorpio seasons, things might get a little bit bumpy, right? And today, since the moon is going to be moving into Cancer, some of you maybe get emotional. Some of you maybe get into tears, breakdowns, and so on. But use the next few days when the moon is transitioning through Cancer. It is about you to understand and heal the things about from within you, with your family, your understanding with family, and what is your connections with family. If it is a family that has been connecting to you somehow, some way, look at it inside of you because the moon is going to be working primarily with the water signs. What do we have in the water signs though? We have Saturn, which is the teacher. Saturn is the restrictor. Things doesn't happen now, then they may happen in there. Saturn is currently stationary. So if you're expecting things to move right now, they're not gonna move. They're just gonna sit. You may feel things like, what is it going on? Neptune is still in Pisces water sign. That is it about revise the visions from the past. He's in retrograde mode. And we have Jupiter and Uranus that is in the earth signs. And we have Mars, Mercury, and the Sun that are in the water sign of Scorpio. And we have Pluto that is in Capricorn. And you're gonna find out in the next 2-3 days this energies is gonna be changed, and specifically with the moon moving at 5 p.m. Looking at inside of you, what you need to change, what you need to transform, because as the moon is gonna be transitioning into Cancer, she is gonna be at the end. She's gonna be opposing Pluto. That's transformations that you need to do. But the transformations of what you need to do is all depending on you. So with that being said, here I'm going to be pulling up the chart right now for you guys, and let's rocking with this. Let's go there. All right. So here is at 7 o'clock in the morning. You see the moon right here. She's still in Gemini at 24 degrees. She's going to be providing this energy of the friendliness. What about my friends? Is everyone is my friend? Is the love is my friend? But looking at on this, the emotions within this, as far as you, if you're Gemini, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Today you're friendly to somebody, tomorrow is not, simply because you take things personally. And this can take triggers within you. What do you see and what you feel personally? But as that the moon is going to be shifting over the emotions, the lessons, the things that we need to learn is going to be moved. She's going to begin to support the authority within yourself. She's going to be supporting the actions. and she's going to be supporting the communications. That is a coming in from those beautiful trines that is going to be coming in with between Cancer and Scorpio. But it's all about you, how you're going to handle those heavy energies and how you're going to handle those heavy emotions that you might going to be having. So, talking about later on at 8 o'clock in the morning, as you see, the rising energies are still in Scorpio since the sun is there. As you see, this energy is about what should I do with others? Usually during the Scorpio season is like, what should I do with others? And if the others doesn't cooperate, what I'm going to be doing. Be mindful about this because what you planted in the beginning of the year, which is Taurus, during the Taurus season, right now you actually harvesting. What did you do back at the Taurus season? What did you do there? Now you see it. If you got the goodies, you are gonna get the goodies. But if you didn't do work, you didn't did anything, you're expecting others to give you because you don't have. So take a look inside of yourself. What is your deed all those period? Okay, and that is going to be a trigger for you. For some of you, that's going to be the trigger, but you're going to gain the wisdom, and the wisdom is going to be coming in because midheaven it is in Leo. You see these divine energies that are coming in on the one side from Neptune, and it comes in from Pluto. The reason you to reevaluate and transform yourself. That's why Neptune is retrograde to remind you. It's like, hey, what did you do in the back? Did you see your actions in the back? Did you grow? Did you mature? Did you got everything that you needed to get it done? So, talking about later on at 9 o'clock, this energy is going to shift specifically towards the moon. Are you going to be this friendliness? Are you going to be this power in there? If you have something within the last degrees of Gemini here, we're talking about like 25th, you're going to get these divine energies of transformations from within yourself because Pluto is going direct. He is like, I'm going to get you into Aquarius. I'm going to moving. I'm going to be shifting. Yeah, I may be slow, but I cannot give you the whole these things that you're going to need. And once you need to have it bite by bite, piece by piece. And this is going to be interesting energies. And specifically, if you have something right now within the last degrees of Scorpio, pay attention in there because the moon is going to be trigger this as well. So your emotions, it's going to be about let me look in this, let me heal this. Midheaven, the inner work is going to be at Virgo, and in the next hour is going to be directly connecting with Venus. And when we're talking about Venus right now, the most of the astrologers they taking that Venus perspective as that she's a kind of like an exile in there, but actually Venus is in a very proper place in this positions. The way I interpret it in there, it is the mother caring for its child. That the mother, this girl that evolved to a mother and heals the wounds that she doesn't have to carry with her. That's how I interpreted this energy, but Venus is very powerful. Your understanding about love and money is healing right now. Take these opportunities, taking this because it's going to be helping you within your life. As you see it here, midheaven and Venus up here, they are coming in. They are working with who? They're working with Uranus. The certain changes, the certain understanding, the certain new informations, the certain improvements. But what? In your spirituality fix your philosophy, philosophy fills your psychology. Who is there? Pluto. The deep transformations. Where are the transformations that happen? When you face your shadow, where the sun is, the authority in your actions. There in the underworld. Proper time, you to get yourself and remove the things that they are not complying with in your life. And using that energy of Venus during specifically at this time at 10 o'clock, you're going to find out what you need to do, where you need to go. Take that energies and go with the actions. But don't go with actions with because you have to, because you need to. Take the actions because you feel from within you. You're in a peace within you. Don't take that anger, that agitations, that push, and create actions because everything that it's forced, it's not worth it. You gotta have the things naturally. So talking about in the next hour, it's gonna be a reminder that you have to do the balance in the material world. And what is it, the balance in the material world? Well, the seventh house is the contracts. The second house is the money. Oops, who is the ruler? Venus. And when we're talking about this, somebody's going to be remind you about the balance that you're getting. But if you did the right spiritual learnings inside of you, you're going to get the balance you need. Is the divine's going to interfere somehow? Is the divine's going to be surprise you with certain finances or certain things, certain situations? Well, if you did the work, you will. You might hear something, and it's like, they give you a warning at work, and you're like worried of like what I'm going to do with my job, and so on and so on. And you just make one call. It's like, hey, I'm just looking for a job. And the phone rings 4 hours later. And they're like, hey, come here. We got the job for you want. Everything is okay. Because you did your job. The universe supports you there. And don't forget, Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system. He's responsible for the personal growth. But right now, since he's retrograde, he is like, I'm not worried about your material things. I'm worried more about your spiritual things. And this is why that oppositions of Scorpio Taurus right now is crucial. It is crucial. If you have anything in Taurus or anything in Scorpio, see what you're fighting, what you've been fighting all your life, and begin to understand it and don't have the fights anymore. That is it, what you need to do. All right, so looking at the 12 o'clock energies, the midheaven is blocked within Scorpio. There is this beautiful trines in there because the moon is at the end of Gemini. She's trining Saturn. She's trining the midheaven. It's talking about these transitions, but the moon, it's squaring Neptune and it's squaring Venus. This is kind of like a little bit more intensifying the energies. So please be patient with mother-daughter situations and your understanding about the mothering, daughtering, and don't try to force things. Just because you're trying to force your view over your daughter or things, right now the daughter needs to grow. She needs to grow within herself and she needs to become the woman. That is it arising within this Venus that goes into a Virgo because Venus is rising to become the proper love, ready for relationship, partnership, contracts. She's ready to go home. But before go home, she needs to mature. Take it as like you finish your graduating school and now you're going to get performing in that. Some of you, as the feminine energies, you're probably feeling these energies within you. And if you graduate within yourself, see how beautiful that is. So talking about the next hour, what is 1 o'clock, that is it. The midheaven that is going with Scorpio is going to be with Mars. Interesting energies there because we have the sun at 9 degrees, Mars is at 14, midheaven it's at 15, and Mercury it's at 16 degrees. Things are rough, communications are rough, situations are rough. Many are opposing anything that you see under the world, and you're like, what am I supposed to do? What I need to do? You need to start working. You need to start performing. But what, when, and where? Performing from within you. It's all about dealing within the shadows right now. That's where the authority is sitting. What I am doing. And in a sense, the Mercury and Mars right now, they begin to opposing Uranus. The sudden changes that comes in your life, how you reacting on it, because the sudden changes are triggering to look someplace else, to do something different. You to get the energies inside of you about I need to change, I need to be different. Talking about later on at 2 o'clock, the shift is coming because you're coming out of this shadow energies. You are gonna feeling those energies shifting. You're gonna find these divine energies later on when that Scorpio season is gonna be ending. You're gonna find out those beautiful powers inside. But uh, look at the end of that Scorpio seasons, look how much you will be improved. And why do you want to improve? If you want to improve for somebody else, that somebody else, it's not in your life anymore, and you're gonna be attaching that improvement to that somebody else is not doing it. But when you're doing it for you, so it can benefit everybody else. Sorry about my voice. I've been having a cold lately. But talking about this energies, when you do the changes just because of somebody else, when that somebody else is not there, so your change is not valid anymore because you attach to that person. But when the change is personal for you, it benefits you forever, but benefits everyone around you. And that is one of the path of dealing with the shadow work right now that is going on. So, talking about later on at 3 o'clock, the ascendant, the rising energies, they're going to be matching Saturn. You're going to be looking at the restrictions there. Who makes the restrictions right now? You maybe feel the restrictions of friendships, of families, and the situations. But the moon, it says, I'm home. I'm going to be coming home. Everything is going to be okay. There is these divine energies with Pluto. You're going to be transforming, but transformations is coming in a based out of the love and Virgo. How much you healing the past and how much you are ready to go for the future. So later on, we're talking about it. 4 o'clock, you see it right here. The moon is still in the fourth house. And there it's pretty much to walk in with Cancer, which is going to happen a little bit after 5 at these positions. But looking at there is going to be this squaring with Venus, it's going to come so strong. And with that, the energies that are coming into strong right now, you may going to be, I saw those energies, I saw the conflict, I have to look. Venus, though, it's in the proper positions. If you're using those intense energies of what the pressures are, of what you need to do, you're going to get yourself in emotionally exhaustions, maybe. But because the moon is creating all this. But if you're using the proper energies of Venus, you're going to see where the flow goes. And the divine energies between the midheaven and Uranus, if you have something in Sag at around, we're talking about like 24th and 17 degrees to 24, 25 degrees in Sag, you may gonna be experiencing these divine powers that it comes in and they're working with you. They're giving you these messages of sudden changes that you need to do. So here is we're talking about at 5 p.m. That is when the moon gives this divine energies begins between the moon and Pluto. Powerful shift. The ascendant goes into Aries. The divine energies are coming in from Mars, Mercury, and Venus towards that. A lot of improvement for the future. So if you're working with your feminine and masculine energies, or if you're working with your partners about building the future, beautiful divine timing for this. Okay, beautiful divine timing. When the ascendant comes in, that is at the time you to see these energies and there. And talking about the moon that shifting at 6 o'clock. She's at 18 minutes at Cancer. Here is this watering, earthly energies. They're very beautiful. So the conflict there is between the emotions of what I'm doing with others financially and what I'm doing on the earth about to have. So if you're working within those matters right now, is where is your emotions? You need to heal what is not working in order to get what is working. So maybe your currently state, maybe your situations are not so much, so not great. What the great thing is you, your emotions. You're going home. You to be home within your own self. And using these energies of the moon beginning in the afternoon is going to help you to provide this emotional support for everyone in your family. So here is at 7 o'clock. The ascendant is rising in the Gemini. Here it's the midheaven. It's at Aquarius. We are talking about these trines, but since that all this it's squaring this, if you have something in Aquarius, you're like, oh my God, I have a rough time. I have a rough situations. I have this. Yes, it is. But you not only have an Aquarius. Take a look what you have in yourself in Virgo. Take a look what you have in Libra. Take a look what you have in Gemini. See what this is within yourself. Look at it, those energies of talking about as the moon goes into Cancer, it's these divine energies. They're gonna be moving towards Aquarius. And talking about that Virgo and Aquarius, they're pointing the divine energies towards Aquarius. Healing mother, healing the family. It's all about communications, guys. But currently, the communications with Scorpio, they are coming. If you see those energies here from the Scorpio, nobody wants to talk about this. No, it is about talking to your own self, you to evaluate yourself and take a new approach. Because the new approach is coming, here is the midheaven at Aquarius, and talking about this divine energies from Virgo towards Aquarius, talking about these energies there here, also through the ascendant, that it's coming with divine energies towards Scorpio. But looking at inside of you is all that is. Don't expect from others. If you have expectations from others to do the work that you have to do, you're depending on them. But if they're coming to you and they do the support that you need, they do the things that you need on their own, that's what it's matter. Because you don't have to tell people what to do. If they do it on their own, that is your blessings there. You don't need somebody to tell you what you should have to approach and help and so on and so on. You know from within yourself. And this is why the moon, that it's going to be rising, excuse me, on the next hour, you're going to see it. She's rising on the horizon. She's Cancer. How much beautiful those emotions there will be. How much that power and the love of the mother being home will be. And you might evaluate in the relationships. You might be looking at enough situations. But the moon, it's going to be a very beautiful trine with Saturn. The moon is going to be a very powerful divine energies with Pluto. Your divine transformations is going to begin kick in on. As you see it right here, midheaven and Pisces, it's helping so much, specifically about this shift of transitions of the energies that are rising at Cancer. And talking about later on at 10 p.m., you will see the ascendant. It's still over at Cancer. It's still going to be providing all those energies. And this is going to be tomorrow where the moon is going to be. In 24 hours, that's where the moon is going to be. And you're going to feel that preparations of today about these energies of emotions and this work between emotions, intuitions, feminine energies as authority and understanding and approval and ready for actions through communications works for the best of the, this is the power of the water signs, guys. This is the power of the emotions. And you take that energies and you take that earth energies, you're gonna be able to heal the things on earth for a better improvement for the next state of your spiritual evolution. And talking about spiritual evolution, you're gonna get these reminders. I mean, talking about that the midheaven, it's gonna be at 11 o'clock over at Aries with Chiron, and the wounded healer is gonna be coming in and talk to you. Your wounds are answers for all your pains, but you have to see the pains where deep in the roots, deep into the underworld, deep within the Scorpio, and you see the things that need to be healed. As you see it, the ascendant is at the end of the Cancer, but those divine energies are coming into you before bed. So you can put your head in a pillow and you can be proud of yourself, of what you did personally to change yourself, so you can help as a personal example to change the world. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and come back tomorrow for another gravitational report. Hopefully my voice is gonna be better. Be love, guys.